Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with Tommy Fury himself. Tommy, you arrived late last night, but already you're here supporting Billy Joe Saunders, man. How was the flight? How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. The flight was pretty good, to be fair. I think it was like 10 hours. Went quite quick, so I got into Las Vegas at 11 o'clock, half 11 at night. I slept till about 6:30, so I got a good 7 hours in. Got up, trained, and me, Tyson and Prince and Sugar got a jet over to Texas, where we are now. So it's all been quite 100 miles an hour, but it's nice to, sit down, relax, and kind of know what's going on, get the feel of fight week in the hotel. Yeah, and it's Texas is a lovely, lovely place. Very, very green. Yeah.
Billy Joe Saunders up against Canelo. Tough ask for Billy Joe Saunders, but I'm getting a good vibe on Twitter and a good vibe from back home that a lot of people are giving Billy a very good chance to beat him. Do you give him a chance?
Oh, 100%. I'm backing him all the way because Canelo struggles with movers. He does. It's noted. It's there on document to look at, and he won't get much better than Billy Joe. He's top notch. And at the end of the day, I've said this ever since this fight got made. I'm backing Billy Joe to win and win in style. I think he's going to give him an absolute boxing lesson, like he done David Lemieux, because a lot of people wrote Billy off for that fight as well. Saying that Lemieux's tough, he's this, he's that, he's a banger, like they're saying now. But look what happened, and I get that same vibe now. So yeah, I'm backing Billy all the way.
Have you seen any sort of what's happened throughout this fight week in terms of Billy Joe wanting a bigger ring? He didn't show up to the first head-to-head. He said the fight is off. Then he done the first face-off with Canelo the first time the two have met, and it looked like Billy Joe was saying stuff that it looked like Canelo was rattled a little bit. Do you feel like, have you seen any of this footage, and do you feel like Canelo's rattled?
Yeah, I just watched the face-off a minute ago, and the fact that he's rattled and Billy Joe's in his head because Canelo's used to people coming over here and, saying, yes, I'll do whatever you want, sir, no problem. You want me to go to Mirror, I'll do that, yeah, no problem. Come here, take the paycheck, whatever, all the fight week, right, press conference this time, you do this, you do that, you do that, and they just go along with it. But the difference is between them men and Billy Joe is Billy Joe isn't here to take a paycheck. Billy Joe's here to get the win. And it's a massive difference when that happens. So Canelo's team are looking like, God, this guy, he's not coming for a payday, he's coming for a win. And that's, Canelo's feathers are ruffled. And I 100%, believe that. And you can see it on his face on the face-off. But at the end of the day, all the talking goes out the window. On Saturday night, it comes down to the fight night and whoever is the best man on the night. But I know who's going to win that fight, and I'm backing him 100%.
Billy Joe Saunders, southpaw. Canelo hasn't fought a southpaw in 6 years. Erislandy Lara, you mentioned himself, he has trouble with movers like Floyd Mayweather. I'm not comparing Billy Joe Saunders to Floyd Mayweather, but I mean, he's got a better chance than anyone, hasn't he? So 70,000 fans in that stadium. It's good to see 70,000 fans back. How excited are you to hear this atmosphere and feel that vibe, that good vibe from the boxing fans at a boxing show again?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I'm so excited to be here. Firstly, very grateful to be here as well, because I know a lot of people have tried and couldn't get over. I am here on training. It is my full-time job, so that is why I'm allowed to be here. And yeah, Saturday night it's going to be crazy. 70,000 people in that AT&T Stadium. I think it's a Mexican weekend or something like that.
Cinco de Mayo, yeah. Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, so it's a Mexican weekend. It's going to be electric. So can you imagine when Billy Joe pulls it off, what it's going to be like then? Oh my God, it's going to be like Dusseldorf all over again. And the new. That's what we're going with this week.
Tommy, when you look at, I know you just started off in your professional career, but you've experienced Tyson's win against Wilder in Vegas last year. You experienced this fight week with Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo. What kind of inspiration did this give you, looking at this and feeling the vibe, the fight week vibe, and a big, huge fight, man? Does this give you inspiration to get there as soon as possible?
Yeah, 100%. My whole life I've been around this sort of stuff. When I was a young boy, I think I was 15 or 16, Tyson fought Klitschko. I've been around, these big fight weeks for a long time now, and that is my motivation. When I go to the gym, I just think of, weekends like this and build-ups like this and these big fights, and that's what keeps me going, because how can you not want a night like this for yourself? How could I not want to see my face plastered up on the wall? Undisputed, unified world title fight. That's what we all want. But I'm not just a dreamer. I work hard. I put the work in, and I believe in myself, and that's the most important thing. So wherever I'm at now is I'm at now. But I could be in a completely different place. In 6, 7 years, 10 years. I'm 21 years old, so plenty of time, no rush. I'm going to learn my trade properly, and the aim is to be here on this weekend, and the aim is to take a victory like this, like Billy Joe's task in front of him now. My aim is to be in the same position whenever that comes, and get the win and fulfill my dreams. That's what we're all trying to do here. Don't forget, we all started off as young kids with a dream, and that's all I am. I'm a young kid. I've got a dream, but I'm putting everything I possibly can into that dream to make it come true.
Talking about fights and stuff like that, Jake Paul and you, man, is this a fight you want? Are you want to do what? I know pure boxing fans don't like what Jake Paul's doing. The purest boxing fans, the hardcore boxing fans. Do you want to fight someone like Jake Paul to show that boxing isn't a sport? You don't play it. It's a rough and tough sport.
Honestly, my opinion about the fight, because I've been so straight to the point, this whole build-up about the fight, and I do believe the fight will come off 100%. But when it does, that's the question. But I'm literally, I'd fight Jake Paul right here, right now in this lobby. I'm not interested in one bit. Like, if he wants to make the fight, great. If he doesn't, crack on. I'm on my own quest. I know what I want in life, and beating a YouTuber, that doesn't really cut it for me. So it's just one of them things. I want to fight with Jake Paul because everybody's asking for it, by the way, and I want to do everybody a favour and shut this guy up. And that's just the top and the bottom of it. And when I beat him, when I knock him out, I'll say, right guys, that was for you. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do my shit, and that's it. So yeah.
Going on to your brother, and I've seen the footage he's been putting out on all these social media accounts and that. He's looking good, he's looking fit, he's enjoying life, which is good to see, in the Versace shirts and stuff like that. He's saying he's not training for any fight, he's here on a staycation. Now with Tyson, he says things that you might take with a pinch of salt. He says some to throw you off the scent, but reading between the lines, is this fight, you probably can't say as much, but is this fight going to happen, and do you feel it's going to happen soon?
Yeah,
the Joshua fight, that is.
Yeah, 100% I do. Yeah, I think it's close. I think it's very close. I'm going to say too much. It's not my place to say, and I don't know too much, to be fair. But from what I do, the fight is close, and it's going to happen very soon. How can it not happen? It's the biggest fight in boxing. If the fight can't not happen, somewhere or another, it's going to get resolved. Whatever needs to be resolved, and we're going to see that fight this year. It's a great fight, but again, it's only one winner in that fight, and I think everybody knows it. Everybody who knows boxing.
Let me guess. Tyson Fury?
100%, baby. No, it's it just comes down to the pure, boxing. That's what it comes down to, boxing. It doesn't come to stardom or who looks the best in a tracksuit. It comes down to fighting, and there is no better man on this planet than Tyson, because he's born to do it. He's a born and bred fighter, whereas the other man ain't. The other man just, is chasing the the boss contracts, wants to be a billionaire, people's champion, whatever he wants to be. Tyson doesn't care about any of that. He just wants to fight. And when you've got a man like that, it's very dangerous. And, and as good as Tyson is, to put that on top as well, what can he do? What can Joshua do? Wilder's hit him with the best punch in the book, best two punches in the book, right and the left hook, the biggest puncher, of all time, one of them, and he got up. So what's Joshua going to do? Because in my opinion, Wilder would spark Joshua no problem. That's my opinion. So I just don't see any chance for Joshua. I really don't. And that's just my opinion.
One final word then. Billy Joe Saunders up against Canelo Alvarez. One final word. Your thoughts on the fight and a final prediction?
A boxing lesson. That's what I'm going with this week. And that's what I'm going with on fight night. Just a pure boxing lesson. You won't get any better boxer than Billy Joe. He's a southpaw. He's quick. He hits. I think Canelo's in a lot of trouble. And I think just now, after seeing that face-off, just now they've realised it. What can they do? The fight's a couple of days away. So on Saturday night we're going to see. We're going to see what's going to go down.
Tommy, it's always good to see you, brother. Thanks so much for doing this FIFO TV, and hopefully you get fight news soon, and we can see you. No, it's not too far in the distant future, and something like this.
100%, mate. God bless. Thank you
Thank you very much. Thanks, Tommy. Thank you.